Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from T&J, and 2 games left in the season. Just to give you some updates on my players here on my roster, Chidobe Awuzie finally has enough XP to get to that quick development. So now all 3 of my corners are either quick or superstar trait. Let's just look at what they look like. So Chris Harris, obviously a 97 overall here. He's a superstar trait. Almost maxed out man coverage, almost maxed out zone coverage. I want to get those both to 99 just to make sure, like, you know, he's at the top of his game. Lorenzo Doss, he actually is a quick development already. He's been making plays in the slot all season long. 92 acceleration, 89 speed, which is pretty good. I wish that 89 speed was 90, but the good thing, I mean, he's young, so maybe I could just bank up a bunch of XP. Let's just see how much speed is. I'm pretty sure it's way out of the price range that I'll be able. Yeah, 28,000. Unless he hit a season goal to get him up to that, that's the only way I would be able to get to that 29,000. And then Chidobe Awuzie as well. He's quick development now, so 83 man, 77 zone. He actually plays way better than 77 zone, it seems like. So let's just look at the playoff standings here. Remember, we lost our first game, so that gap kind of closed a little bit, but let's just look at the AFC. The Bills also are in second place now. We beat them early in the season. The Browns lost, actually, so now I still have that 2-game cushion here. So looks like if I win this game, I'm going to be the #1 seed. After that, the Bills, and look at this, the Titans dropped down a little bit. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, if the playoffs start today, the Titans would have that 6th seed in that wild card game. The Ravens had a second to last, not that 5th seed. Dolphins and Browns, and it seems like I don't even think the Patriots can even make the playoffs unless the Titans lose their division, because remember, all division winners make the playoffs. So let's just look at the AFC South. They might already have that wrapped up. Looks like, oh, I guess they don't. So if they win one more game, they should have that division wrapped up. So they should be a lock for the playoffs if they win this week. Let's just look at the NFC really quick. Buccaneers 12-2, Rams 12-2 as well, Panthers 11-3, Cowboys 10-4, and it looks like it's going to be a tight race for that 6th spot here, this 5th and 6th spot, because it looks like 2 8-6 teams, then there's 2 7-7 teams, and a 6 and 7 team here. It looks like they have a tie, so it's going to be a tight race here for that 5th and 6th seed. But let's just get into this gameplay, man. Going up, I don't even know who I'm playing. Let me just see who I'm playing. Going up against the Redskins, who I believe they were 8-6 when I just looked at them. So let's just get into this. Let's go. The Washington Redskins start out with the ball at the 45. What's funny is that on the opening kickoff, I actually kicked the ball out of bounds, so they start at their 40. So on a 3rd and 5, Phillip Rivers at quarterback overthrows the receiver there. It looks like that was more of a timing route, so it looks like he overthrew his guy there. So Trevor Siemian, I mean, he's been struggling as of late, so he needs a good bounce back game here. So what I want to do here is get a lot of easy throws here, but here, dropping back too far in the pocket, Shaq Barrett gets in for the sack, man. And I've actually been looking for Shaq Barrett. I didn't know he was on the Redskins, but there he is. Trevor Siemian rolls out to the left, finding Carlos Henderson, finally getting him involved for a nice, good gain there. And on the next play, Isaiah McKenzie is in the flat there on a crossing route, open for the touchdown. That was a drag route, and we take the early 7-0 lead, and that drive was a little easy, man. I think Siemian was perfect on that drive. I think he was 5 for 5, 4 for 4, 5 for 5, gets the touchdown there. So here is Shane Ray coming off the edge, man. He's turned into a really good pass rusher for me, so getting the sack there. So on a 2nd and 10, he forces it to Quan Alexander, so we are in the driver's seat. We started off the game kicking, and now we get the ball back with another turnover. So here we're finding Gerald Everett on a 2nd and 8 in the flat. So here we're up to the 34-yard line on a 2nd and 12. Trevor Siemian's dropping back, finding Crowell in the flat, so we're in field goal range here. We're living good here. But on the next play, I swear he was blitzing. I throw it to the running back. That was such a good disguise on that play. That wasn't even bad using by me. I think that was just great disguise on that. Looked like a straight blitz. He takes it to the house. 7-7 here in the second quarter here on the 3rd and 2. He's stopping Isaiah Crowell on a run to the outside. So I go for it on the 4th and 1. I cannot get there. So I give him the ball right back. So he is in field goal range right away on a 3rd and 4. Dropping back has all day to throw the ball. And that was probably a mistake on my part, not sending pressure there, because, man, that guy was wide open. And on a 1st and goal on the 3, gets in for the touchdown. Mark Ingram, he's a really good runner, man. That was one of the guys I was actually looking at drafting at running back, because Isaiah Crowell was the guy I was really targeting, because he has that good blend of speed, power, and so does Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram has amazing stats on this game. So here we get the ball back on a 2nd and 8. Trevor Siemian sitting in the pocket, finds Demaryius Thomas. 2 plays this drive. So here on a 1st and 10, giving the ball to Isaiah Crowell. What did I just say? He has a good blend of power and speed and athletic ability. He gets in for the end zone. So now it's 14-14 at the end of the second quarter. He forces one in there and he gets it. So now he's almost at the 50-yard line, less than a minute to go. Phillip Rivers drop back to pass, throws deep in. Chidobe Awuzie gets burnt by Kelvin Benjamin. I don't know how that happened. So now we're at a 2nd and 10 here in the red zone, and he forces the ball, but this time Chidobe Awuzie makes him pay, getting the pick there. So pay attention to the clock here. There's 5 seconds left in the half. And Isaiah Crowell gives up the fumble. And look at this. He gets in for the touchdown to end the half. Man, I'm telling you, these fumbles to end the games, end the half. Remember, the game that we lost, we fumbled to end the game on a play just like that. It was actually a kick return. Fumbled it, but this time Isaiah Crowell with, I think he has like 93 carry, gets hit, and he fumbles it. So we start the half off with the ball, but here, as you can see, we are finding Isaiah McKenzie, but we kicked a field goal and cannot make it. So now we're down 1, and I hate these uneven scores because it makes me feel like I'm behind now. So here we are, 20-21. Here in the 3rd quarter, he gets the ball back on a nice play action there, and he's setting up his play actions really well, because Mark Ingram with runs like this is killing me, man. His run blocking is really good. His play selection is good. But here on a screen, he's dropping back to pass. Al Woods gets in for the sack, so we eventually get him to settle for the field goal. So here we are, man. We get the ball back towards the middle of the 3rd quarter. Trevor Siemian rolling out to the right, and I see blockers, so I see an open lane, and look at this. I have an open lane to the end zone, but I see a safety coming, so I get out of bounds. He fumbles out of bounds there. So here we are into the red zone here on the 2nd and 12. Trevor Siemian dropping back, but taking the sack here at the 31, so he does eventually get me to kick the field goal. So now, like I said, I missed the extra point, so now I'm down 1 again, and here he is giving the ball to Mark Ingram on the next drive on a counter play, getting to the outside. Mark Ingram, man, I'm telling you, he was killing all game, but here on a 2nd and 10, he sees my user, he tries to lob the ball over, and Chris Harris is there for the interception, and he's taking that one to the house. Isn't that funny, though? 2 Broncos on each team both take a pick 6 back. A keep to lead for him and Chris Harris for me. So we do go for 2 to make it that 7-point game, and we get in there on the inside zone. So he has a lot of time to drive down the field. Mark Ingram running over the defender there, getting almost to midfield, but on the 4th and inches here, I have a chance to at least stop him, get the ball back, but Mark Ingram is beasting, juking my guys, running them over. He's getting into the red zone on that long run, so he's over 100 yards with that carry right there. And on the next play, he's giving the ball to Chris Hims on 2 straight plays, actually getting into the end zone. So he ties this game up. I have a little under 3 minutes to drive this length of the field to get in, at least get a score. Here I am rolling out to the right. Trevor Siemian dives for the first down. I remember the Madden must have made an update because they used to have it so you can just hit X to slide, but now you have to tap it. But here, Trevor Siemian finding Gerald Everett. I had to get him involved at some point in the game. He gets in there, and we take the lead here. So now he has to drive the length of the field. And there I had him stopped in the backfield, giving the ball to Mark Ingram once again. But he gets the first down here. So on the 45-yard line, he double A's it, gets the pass completed to his tight end there. So now he's got a 2nd and 3 just past midfield here. And Shane Ray, this is why I don't drop him back in coverage, because then he drops a pick like that. So now he has about 40 seconds left. He gives the ball to his tight end. He's running my guys over, juking them. And this has just been an amazing game from start to finish. This is going to be a photo finish all the way to the end. 17 seconds left in the game. He takes the timeout. So on a 2nd and 2, he drops back to pass. And who else but, oh my goodness, Hamba Ali misses a wide open interception in the game. But on the next play, we do get in for the sack. So on a 4th and 11, one last shot to get into the end zone. And we get pressure there by Joey Bosa. And he throws another pick to Chris Harris. And he has an open lane to the end zone. But his receiver is going to catch up. But that's going to end it here. What another great finish to this matchup, man. I'm telling you, all my games lately have been close. I don't know what it's been. I actually got into the end zone a lot this game, but I don't know, my defense this time didn't show up. But Chris Harris has a bounce back game, 2 picks on the game. Trevor Siemian only incompletes 3 passes on the day, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. He was actually really accurate throughout this game. Isaiah Crowell had a good game on the ground. Demaryius Thomas and Isaiah McKenzie shine through the air. So hit subscribe, hit that like button, man. We'll be back. One more game to the playoffs.